what is the universe? Many people consider the universe to be made up of atoms, and this is the basis of the universe. Others go further and consider the universe made up of protons, neutrons and electrons. And still others define that they are composed of quarks. And we still have others who define that the universe is made of energy. But if we look at the universe when a black hole is present, we see that the universe deforms. But then what is the universe? If there is no energy around the black hole, will the universe deform? Yes, it deforms. What makes the universe more than energy? There is something that can be deformed or not deformed. The Big Bang Theory defines that the universe has expanded. But there is a very complex question. Can the universe compress and expand infinitely? To say that this is possible is merely a religious concept and with an aggravation, contrary to all known physical laws. When we see a black hole, it has a limit to compressed spacetime, and that's the speed of light. A greater compression of spacetime would be impossible, since spacetime determines laws about mass and energy. And the expansion? Could the universe expand infinitely? The universe is not a factory of pieces of space-time. It has blocks of fixed space and time, and these can expand to a limit and compress to a limit. Imagine that the universe expands and outside there is nothingness. How much of the universe can cover nothing? If the universe expands, it expands the compressed parts of space-time. When looking at matter in large colliders, such as the Hadron Collider, it is observed that mass and what exists exist as if energy were allocated to specific places on a table, forming the particles we know. So we can imagine that the universe is composed of pieces in which variations of energy in specific forms form specific particles, or specific fields that present us as particles. These blocks is space-time in fact. In the presence of energy it can compress itself into the state of a black hole. And it can expand to the position of absolute zero, where gravity is negligible in the region. But we are leaving something out, and out. If the universe expands on what? That's right, nothing is out. But why can't nothing enter the universe? Is there a force field? See that the universe cannot expand infinitely, as the universe is not a kind of magic, it has a quantity. So, if it expands a lot, to its maximum expansion point, thus, the nothing that is outside the universe starts to get between parts of the universe. The question is, can the universe detach itself, or not? Gaps would be formed that would be where the universe is not, and what exists is merely emptiness. The universe may be in the form of an exploding balloon. It forms regions that don't make up the balloon. Thus, they would be much more rational that what is outside the universe can be mixed with what is inside, than believing that there is a force field that prohibits what is outside from being inside. The big question is that what is outside could only be the real nothing. And that so-called dark energy was merely the nothingness outside the universe and mixed with it. But can the mesh of the universe be broken? Forces such as black holes do not break the mesh of the universe, on the contrary, they concentrate them. Thus, the logic is that there is an interaction between the mesh of the universe so that it is not broken. But you cannot access the interaction of the universe's grid through mass and energy, because the universe's grid controls mass and energy, not the other way around. To measure this mesh we would have to calculate the variation of its inflation at the edge of the universe, between the universe and nothing. It may sound strange, but stranger is to accept that there is expansion. For if there is expansion, then this expansion is for something that was not the universe, between one point and another. Or there was no expansion. Thus, we have that the laws of the universe only work in the space-time mesh, but they do not work outside of it. And the energy of the universe is attached to this mesh, and it can only walk between it.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstacad.com website. News and detailed content can be found. With system of research and organization of text and video.